Florida Congressman Ross Spano says the governor, Ron DeSantis, did it right. He joins me now. Sir, thanks for coming on. You know, the media said you guys were crazy to reopen those beaches, and now, this week, you've got Florida and New Jersey doing the same thing. Tell us about what happened.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on this morning, Rob. It's good to be with you again. It really couldn't come at a better time for us, and the time to do it now, and the data that we're seeing coming in proves that fact. Our Governor DeSantis is taken the steps and the guidelines outlined by the president's administration, has really implemented, I think, a fantastic plan that really meets the needs, the different varying needs of our state. As I've said before, we're a different state. We're not the same from Miami to Pensacola. We have different population centers, different cultural aspects and things like that. So I think he's done a great job. I look forward to working with both he and the president moving forward. There is a way to balance the precautions and the safety needs of the people of Florida, and also the need to get our economy going again. Protecting jobs, bringing jobs back equals saving livelihoods, and we can do both of these things. As look, I've got a family. I think it's important to keep everybody safe. I was also a former small business owner, and we've got to begin bringing jobs back, because you can't really understate the importance of people having jobs and working.
Yeah, and you're doing that in Florida. Let's quickly look at the numbers here, the cases and deaths in each state. We want to compare them. Florida, 45,000, 2,000 deaths. Compare that to New York, 347. To 23,000 deaths in New Jersey, Michigan, Florida doing the best of all. Talk about nursing homes for a second, because the big story that's coming up here in New York is how Governor Cuomo grossly mishandled the nursing home situation. Governor DeSantis in Florida knew what to do and had a much better perspective on this. What did he do right?
Yeah, he did. Well, he had a plan, right? When you have a plan, you usually succeed. And he had a plan to make sure that we were in those nursing homes immediately, providing the protection and the counsel and the guidance, providing the testing that was necessary to isolate the cases. And now, even in our phase 1 program, we're ensuring that we protect those most vulnerable people. That's what we've got to do, and we're doing that. You still can't visit nursing homes during this phase 1 process, and we're still ensuring that they have the necessary supplies that they need, contact tracing and so forth, that they need to keep those citizens safe. So we did it right from the beginning. The numbers show it. Unfortunately, states like New York did not. We'll continue to protect our vulnerable, but we're going to get our economy going at the same time.
And the media lauded Governor Cuomo for all this time. They criticized Florida, and look at the difference now. It is unbelievable. Hey, we've got this named storm in the Atlantic. It's heading towards Bermuda now. It just skipped by the Carolinas, so we're already in storm season, it appears. How are you guys handling the threat of these hurricanes and what they can do in a time of coronavirus?
Yes, that's a great question. And look, I've lived in Florida my whole life, so I'm used to this planning phase every year. Florida, we're kind of used to it. We grow up with it, but it's just necessary to take the precautions. So you want to make sure you've got a plan. You can just follow the FEMA guidelines. You can actually go to our website, spano.house.gov, and you can find out what those plans should look like. But essentially, do the same things that you would typically do. Have a plan. Make sure you know where you're going. The things I think that are different this year are making sure that you have access to PPE, right? So your masks, if you need those, if you have disinfectants or hand sanitizers and so forth. And here's another thing. Make sure that if you have to evacuate, if there's an evacuation order, that you know where you're going. It may not be the same shelter that you went to last year, given the pandemic. So make sure you know where your shelter is at before you move forward. But planning is key. There's no state more resilient than Florida. We're going to be fine.
Yeah. Hopefully it's a year of misses is what we hope for. Congressman Spano from Florida, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it, and we'll be right back.
Good to be with you. Thanks.